So here's a bonus tennis ball rolling video for the pecs, and then the next few videos are going to go down the arms in 4 sections. But you're going to grab that trusty tennis ball, and this one here, which makes me very happy, actually has my logo on it, and it's a nice purple one. Fantastic. The idea, just like all the other videos, is you want to do a movement first to gauge where you are, do the tennis ball rolling perhaps on one side, and then do that movement again that you're using as your gauge to test apples to apples, so that you know if something has changed. So for the pecs, you can do a couple of things. You can reach your arms out, but my favorite is to take the hands back behind and pull the elbows wide and notice what's happened across the chest. Do that, notice where you are, and then the pecs have 2 sections. One nearest your collarbone, the second part then from the sternum out toward your biceps. So you're going to want to do 2 different sections here. I suggest taking the ball in your opposite hand and bringing it just under your collarbone and rolling along that collarbone out toward the side. You could roll directly on it, but it doesn't always feel great. And then if you find some fun little spots, like right there for me, you can use the flat of your hand, you can use your fingertips and press in while you're there. Notice how you breathe, if you've kind of caught your breath, if you've tensed up other parts of your body, and just hang out there for maybe 5 to 10 breaths. So you'll notice one of 3 things. Either the sensation will increase, the sensation will stay the same, or the sensation will decrease. If it increases, stop what you're doing, right? If it stays the same or decreases, amazing. Stay there for, again, 5 to 10 breaths, and I'm hoping, generally we'll say, that sensation of tension will diminish. But if it does increase, then that's just not the place for you to be right there with this tennis ball. Find another spot that tolerates that pressure a little bit better, and just hang out there. We'll roll a little bit out. Once you've done all of that stuff, normally I say you're toward the very end of that collarbone, right? And if you're there, then it's easy to come down just to the front of your arm here. So where I am is just, there's the crease of my shirt here, and I'm at the very top where my biceps usually are. There's a little divot there where my pecs attach. So it's going to be kind of by where those big deltoid muscles are along the side. Slide the ball just to the inside of that. And then you might move your arm in the front and back. You might take it out to the side a little bit while you're doing this. Have the tennis ball on that one spot. It's not going to feel great, but just test it. And again, 5 to 10 breaths here. Notice does the sensation increase, stay the same, or decrease? You get to check that. And then bring this back in toward your sternum, not directly on it. That usually feels horrific, but just to the side of that, and start rolling down the sternum all the way toward the bottom here, your xiphoid process, where those bottom ribs start flaring around. That's where your pec attaches as well, is along that whole sternum area. And while you're there, again, find the sticky spots that feel not great but not terrible, and then you can move your arm in little circles, you can move it back out to the side, you can move it back behind you. Any of those actions, just to notice how it feels now. Again, you're hanging on to that for maybe 30 seconds to a minute, wherever you are. And then once that's all finished, you have, let's say, effectively worked across the pec. Depending on breast tissue here, you can work from the sternum out, you can work underneath there over to the side as well. But then just hang out, notice how you feel after that, and then go back to that motion that you did with both arms. Why both arms, you say? So that you can notice the side that did not receive this tennis ball rolling work and the side that did. For me right now, I can say that this side moves so much better. There's so much more freedom already than this side has right there that I didn't notice before. Then you go over to this side and work the collarbone, work over on your arm bone, work from the sternum across as well, and see how that feels, or rather, feel how that feels at the end. So, have a ball.